Julie here. Dr. Chan's GCSE Total Recall System can be a brilliant way of storing lists of information into your memory and keeping them there forever. So this morning I thought I would actually demonstrate a list that I've just quickly randomly taken, which is of famous 19th century authors, female authors, okay? And I'll just show you that by the screen. And in a minute, I'm going to show you a simple memory technique that will not only let you learn this list in under 5 minutes, but I guarantee you, as long as you just give it a little bit of a practice here and there, it'll be there forever. Because what this does, this method, when you use this for yourself or for your children, what it does is store that information into like a filing cabinet, if you like, into your long-term memory, meaning that whenever you want to extract it, when you need it, whether it's for an exam, whether it's for a works presentation, or whether it's just to answer a question on the chase or any quizzes, you can easily get that information from these virtual files, if you like, in your memory. Anyway, without further ado, let's get on to the trick that I use to learn this. Okay, so the first one on the list is Jane Austen, then it's Charlotte Bronte, then it's Emily Bronte, then it's Mary Shelley, and then it's George Eliot. And the method we're going to use is what I call the room method, and I'm just going to put sort of visual prompts in my room to remind me of each of those famous authors. So this is how I'm going to apply and adapt some of the memory techniques in the Dr. Chan recall system. Alright, so first of all, you can see that I'm sat here in my lounge. Well, in my memory now, I'm not going to be sat here. I'm actually going to get the first person on my list, which is Jane Austen, and I'm going to remember Jane Austen by putting a famous Austen sitting here, and the best one I can think of is Austin Powers. So I've got Austin Powers with his toothy grin and his geeky glasses sat instead of me here on my sofa. Alright, and that's how I'm going to remember Jane Austen. Then as he's sitting here, he's distracted, he can see a bee that's coming around by him and it's annoying him, a CB. That's going to prompt me to think of Charlotte Bronte. And as this bee is hovering around him, an EB, an extra bee, comes along. And the EB is the sister of the other bee, and she's Emily Bronte. So you've got a CB for Charlotte Bronte and an extra bee, which is EB, which is Emily Bronte. Now on my other sofa, I have got Mary Berry, the cook, the famous cook and presenter from TV, and she sat in the middle of the sofa, and in her hand she's got a big huge cake, but it's not a normal cake, it's a cake made of all different pretty shells. And on either side of her, she's presenting this cake to two famous actors, which is George Clooney and Elliot Gould. Sorry, I've got to think of Elliot Gould because he's a famous Elliot, but I'm not really familiar with actors, but I do know George Clooney, obviously. All right, and that's obviously going to prompt us then. Mary Berry with a shell of cakes is going to be, guess, Mary Shelley, the creator of Frankenstein. And then obviously George and Eliot then are going to be George Eliot. And that's how I remember this list of famous 19th century authors using the Dr. Chan GCSE Total Recall System to store that information. And if I just think of that in my lounge every so often, that will stay stored there forever. So even if I'm watching like one of the quizzes on the TV, sometimes you can eliminate it, because if they say which 19th century author, blah, 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 then straight away I'll know if any of those are on the list, then I know that that's going to be the right answer. So you can use this memory technique at any age, not just for GCSE, but for fun as a family generally. As ever, I'll pop a link at the bottom to the Dr. Chan GCSE Total Recall System. Just want to say that if you click on my link, there is a chance I could be paid a commission, but you won't pay any more whatsoever for the product. The product owner will just pay it directly to me. And as ever, there's always a 30-day money-back guarantee for trying this product, and there's a no quibble then money back if you're not happy with it. So there's really nothing to lose and everything to gain with this fun memory technique system. That's it for today's video. See you on the next one. Bye for now.